Hello, and this is Big Bang Bot, and today I will be reviewing Shark Tale for the Nintendo GameCube. Now, this game doesn't really have that much history. One thing I can say is that it's based on the movie of the same name. Now, in my opinion, the movie was... But the movie wasn't bad. What? This isn't a movie review, this is a game review. Anyway, the game was released roughly around the same time as the movie. As in, it was first released in North America a few days before the movie. It was released in Europe the same day that it came out in North America. And it was released in Japan in March 2005, the same month as the movie, even though the free versions that were released over there, the GameCube, PS2, and Game Boy Advance versions of the game, were released 2 weeks in conjunction with each other, with the GameCube version coming first and the GBA version coming last. But that's in Japan, and there was no Xbox and PC versions of them because but anyway, I do actually remember playing this game as a kid on the PS2. And before anyone asks me, it's the exact same game, so can you please just shut the bleep? But like I do in all of my reviews, I'm here to play the game, review the game, which is why this is called a review, and see if it's any good or not. So, is this game good? Or is it okay? Or does it follow into the same category as the movie? Or is the movie just poo? Absolute poo. And I'm fully aware that I accidentally called the game a movie, but... in that last scene, but... I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm here to play the game, so I'm gonna find out this game's fate. Oh, and by the way, I've already played it, so I know how it will turn out, but... yeah. No one cares. Except for Diddy Kong, but he's not here, so... that doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm gonna play the game.
Oh, guess this happened to me. Oh, my mistakes. Where to run? If I goes on. Who cares? I don't care. I don't even care.
I actually care a pretty packing lot. I mean, the disc is in near mint condition, so how could this happen? Wait. I know the problem. This is a Japanese game and I'm trying to play on a European console. That's the problem. I know how to fix it. The game basically follows the movie's plot, but a beep ton of stuff that never happened in the movie happens in the game. That's all you need to know. On to the gameplay. Yay! Oh my god, that... Shark Tale is primarily a swimming game, which is in...
That joke is old now, shut!
And of course, the reason why I say primarily is because there's a whole bunch of different genres, and I'll be going through all of them, so... buckle up, kids, because if you don't... your head will probably ram into a tree on Mars. So, let's begin! First, just like I mentioned, you've got your swimming sections. Now, basically in these sections, you play as the main character of the movie known as Oscar. And what you do is that you swim through all of these levels, trying to succeed all of your super secret missions, except that they're not super secret. Sorry. You basically got to do your required tasks. In order to do these, you have to swim around, find your tasks, And just make sure you don't die. There's not really too much to say about these. You just swim around, follow the path, got a map, and you can just swim around, collect pearls, collect other items you might need to collect, kill enemies when it's necessary, do all that stuff, break billboards, all that cool stuff that you might do underwater. Yeah, you just swim around and complete your objectives. There's not really too much to say about these. I mean, you just swim around, complete objectives, sound like a dead horse, which is what I'm sounding like. And yeah, that's basically how these sections work. Now I'm going to move on to the other sections. Then you have the chase sections, where a shark will chase after you, and basically you've got to move into the correct direction so that the shark doesn't bite you. It's basically one very long quick time event, except there's like 3 of them in the whole game, I think. And they don't even advertise on the back of the box. I mean, look, they do show a screenshot, but, you know, they don't advertise it. And in case you're wondering, how can you tell it's in Japanese? Well, guess what? I can read katakana just fine. So, I know that it's not advertised on the back. And it's not advertised on the back of the American European boxes, and those boxes are, the back of those boxes are exactly the same, so, these are just self-explanatory. I mean, a shark just tries to kill you, and you've got to move into the arrows that the game's telling you to move to the side of the screen, and you just got to make sure you don't get eaten. So, yeah, it's pretty easy, and there's not really anything else to say. Don't die. The end. Then we have the dancing sections. Now, if I had to say anything about these dancing sections, it's DDR. It's downright DDR. It's DDR. Push the buttons at the right time, arrows come, press the correct arrow at the right time, make sure that you do that, and if you do it right, you'll do well. If you do well enough, you'll start gaining money, and if you do well enough in the entire level, you'll beat it. So, that's something. It's basically DDR. DDR, nothing else to say. It's plain, downright, simple. I'm not even looking at the screen, guys. Downright DDR. And of course, if you do too badly, you fail. Well, even though I never actually failed these during my playthrough of this game, so I shouldn't expect you to fail either. Unless you're terrible at rhythm games, then in that case I may expect you to fail, but whatever. Then there are the racing missions. Ah, Super Mario Kart! Oh my god! Now in these racing missions, you basically have to go on a certain vehicle, usually this thing, but later on in the game you ride on Lenny. What you do is that you basically need to complete a certain task in these. Now, considering that these are racing missions, you would expect to race. Now, in the first one you race, but in the other 3 racing missions you don't race. One, you're going against the timer. In the third one, you're trying to collect some newspapers. And in the 4th one, you're trying to swim away from a giant shark! Or Lino, to be exact. But still, you're trying to swim away from a shark! And this is when the game actually has the audacity to tell you how to power slide. That would have been useful if you told me that in the first level of the game, but no! You had to tell me in this level, which is literally the second last level in the game. I'm not joking. This would have been useful in the previous levels, but the game doesn't tell you about this until now. Why tell me in the last section of these sections in the game? I don't get it. And you can also barrel roll if you're the normal fish. I mean, Lenny just dances, I guess. And yeah, you basically just gotta make sure that you don't die, and you gotta make sure you beat your mission, otherwise, you know, you fail the mission, and you lose. The end. And last but not least, definitely not least in fact, are the fighting sections, where you basically have to battle a evil shark, or in this case an eel, and you basically got to beat them up and kill them. Pretty basic. And when I was a kid, these were always my favourite sections of the game. I mean, I just had so much fun in them. And sorry for that awkward pause, but these were my favourite when I was a kid, and they're still fun now. I don't love them as much as I used to, but they're still pretty fun. I'll admit that. Although they have gotten a lot easier as I've gotten older, so that's something. Now I'm going to explain some of the more core mechanics in this game. Now basically every single level of this game has 3 missions. A regular mission, a bonus mission, and an elite mission. Now the main missions are the missions that you have to do, while the bonus and elite missions are just extra missions that you can do if you really want to. And basically these will help you get ranks. There are a whole bunch of ranks. The lowest rank is a nobody, and the highest rank is an Oscar. You want to be an Oscar, so you've got to be real. So you've got to get all of those bonus and elite missions, so do that. Because that's important. And there's also stealth sections in this game, which aren't advertised on the back of the box, but maybe that's just because they're just the adventure parts, just with stealth added in. And if I really wanted to play a stealth game, I'd probably play someone like Sly Cooper, or maybe you would play like Metal Gear Solid, but I'd go with Sly Cooper. Anyway, you just fly through these places, and you've got pearls. Now pearls appear in most levels, and in the adventure levels, you've got to circle around them to pick them up, which is just really bizarre. Why would you circle around a pearl to get it? I mean, why can't you just pick it up? Well, you can in the racing missions, and you just gotta get a long enough combo in the, you know, dancing missions to get money there. But, hey, whatever. Anyway, you can attack as well, which you basically do by holding down the B button, which you use to swim faster and attack your enemies. Which will come in handy sometimes, but it's not as useful as you would think. And basically these levels aren't too long, and they're not too hard, and this is the problem with licensed games. There isn't really a ton to talk about, so I basically talked about all of the game's core mechanics. You swim around and do stuff. Might as well explain the controls. Of course, you can die. I mean, of course you can die, you have a health bar. Nah. I'm only going to explain the controls in the adventure part, since they seem to be the primary levels. You swim around with the analog stick, because that's obvious. You press the A button when an exclamation mark appears to do that action. Whether it's talking to a character or going inside a door, it's there. In order to attack, and in order to swim faster, you have to mash the B button. And if you want to attack someone, you have to hold the B button and then release. And you press the X button to bring up your map. You press the Z button to bring up the controls. And those are all of the controls in the main levels. They're pretty simple, not really too much to talk about, nothing exciting. But, at the very least, they do work very, very well, and, yeah. And by the way, these doors, you can go inside them, the people inside there will talk to you, and you'll get your health back. That's an interesting way to get health. Earlier in the review, I mentioned that this game has pearls. These are basically currency. You can either circle around a big pearl to collect pearls, or you can break through items to collect pearls in the adventure levels, and there are other ways to collect pearls in the other genres, so yeah. So you basically, and you can kill enemies, and what do these pearls do? Well, they're money. And what can you spend your money on, you might be asking? I thought you could kill that crab, but it turns out you can't. Aww. Well, you can go to this shop and you can buy stuff, including models for the characters, concept art, and even short clips from the movie, more concept art, modelling of the characters, animating into their normal selves, the movie poster, and the credits. So at the very least you've got something to pay your money on. And of course I mentioned that you can unlock movie clips. I mean, come on. You can unlock movie clips. That is something. And even portraying the characters from the movie, and you could basically do all that stuff, and it's just great. I mean, seriously guys, just look at the whole beat! And while these copyright infringement clips play, you've got this weird music and not another copyright song that's usually in these, you know, bonus menus. And of course, I can't let you listen to them because, you know, this is giving me a copyright strike, and I wouldn't be surprised if I'm banned from YouTube now. You didn't see anything. You saw absolutely nothing. I promise you. This is not what happened. I did not show any copyright claimed footage of any movies ever. I absolutely did not. Oh my god, yes I did! Graphically, for a game released in 2004, the game does actually look kind of nice. I mean, it looks like the movie. All of the textures look decent enough. The frame rate's decent enough. And overall, it is a nice looking game that was released back in 2004. I mean, it certainly doesn't look bad, it looks appealing enough. I'm sure that kids will be pleased enough when they look at this. Well, at least kids who have been exposed to, like, Call of Duty, Minecraft, and, you know, GTA, and games like that, even though Minecraft's not violent. But anyway, the game still looks very nice for a 6th gen game released back in 2004, and it looks nice. That's what I have to say. Looks nice. 7 out of 10. Wait. I don't work for IGN. Why am I saying that? Oh, I'll just get on to the music. The music in this game is a mixed bag. I mean, some levels have their own tunes which are usually just very meh and forgettable, while other levels use licensed songs, which of course I can't let you listen to because that would give me a copyright strike, and as we all remember earlier, I already kind of got one of those. Because, you know, I showed you this, and oh no, I'm getting another copyright strike! And I forgot to mention that you can buy these songs in the game. Both the custom songs, which are just so bland and boring, and the licensed songs. As in all of these ones. I don't want to get a copyright strike. But to be fair, like, 2 of them were in the movie, so I can't really complain too much. As in licensed songs. Yeah. The sound effects exist, and the voice acting in this game is actually not that bad. I mean, with the exception of Crazy Joe, none of the characters use their original voices from the movie, but the replacements they got do a pretty decent job at imitating the celebrities that voiced their respective characters in the movie, so that's good, I guess. And in case you're interested, the Japanese version of the game has all of the English voices, but with Japanese subtitles, which you can actually turn off. So, that's something. Especially since there are no videos on the Japanese version of the game, so if I didn't tell you that, you wouldn't know unless you played the Japanese version. So, yeah. Just had to mention that since I own the Japanese version of this game. Are there any bad things about this game? Well, not really actually. The game may not be amazing, but It doesn't really have any major flaws which make it terrible. I mean, it's fun enough, it's decent and all, but the game is, of course, not perfect. But the game doesn't have that many flaws. But if I were to say a few flaws, it's that the soundtrack isn't the most incredible thing in the world, especially the songs which aren't licensed. Those songs just kind of suck, to be honest, and there's not really much more to say about what's bad about this game, even though I experienced one major game-breaking bug, and that's the game crashing on me. It happened multiple times, particularly when I was trying to enter level 4. I mean, it happened to me twice when I was doing my regular playthrough of the game, and it even happened to me while I was trying to make this review. More times than 2. And the fact that the game crashes is kind of depressing, and it's just not amazing. But it doesn't ruin the game, and it might just be because I'm trying to... it might just be a compatibility issue. It might not appear on your copy, but the fact that my disc is near mint might make this a bit more likely and a bit more flawed. I need to learn how to speak. Okay? And I thought I could speak pretty well, but I can't, so... Oh, another problem about the game is that it's way too short. I mean, seriously, my in-game timer literally says something like 1 hour, 55 minutes, and 44 seconds. I mean, it's that short, guys. And the game does have replay value with its short length. I mean, you can beat all of the bonus and elite missions, but hey, that's your own choice. And you can unlock all of the bonuses, and yeah, at least the game has got replay value, considering how short it is. And I'm showing the game case because I recorded this after the rest of the review, because I forgot to mention the review, because I'm dumb. Okay. But are there truly any great things about this game? Not really. I mean, the graphics are pretty nice, but it's not really an amazing game. However, it is pretty decent though. And some of the puns from the movie, such as the extremely lazy title of Fish King, do appear in this game, so don't worry. This game is actually pretty decent. I mean, a lot of the characters from the movie appear in this game. It looks nice. The licensed songs aren't too bad. And overall, the game is pretty decent. It's decently enjoyable, and overall, I did actually enjoy this game. It's nothing amazing, but hey, it's something, I guess. There's not really too much to talk about, so I might as well just take the game out of the console now! Overall, Shark Tale on the Nintendo GameCube is a... Wait. What is this doing on the GameCube? What is it doing on there? I don't get it. What? Overall, Shark Tale on the GameCube is a pretty decent game, actually. It's better than I remember it being. I mean, I used to have the PS2 version, but you know, I sold it big. But this game is still pretty decent. I did actually kind of enjoy it. I mean, it's fun, it's enjoyable. It's better than I remember it. And since most reviews I've seen on the internet are basically negative and people reviewing the game just criticizing, call it bad, I don't think it's a bad game. I think it's pretty decent. If you're interested in picking it up, I'd go and pick it up. I'd give it a C. Why C? Because it's not amazing, but it's still pretty decent. I wouldn't call it amazing or even amazingly good, but it's still a pretty decent game. I'd either give it a C or a B. Now, are there any problems with this game? Well, I did experience the game crashing on me multiple times, especially when I was trying to enter level 4. I don't get it. Why did the game decide to do that? It's just weird. I did manage to get past it. The 3 times I decided to actually enter that level. And it is a pretty decent game. That's what I have to say. I don't really have to say much about this game. But one thing I can tell you, it's certainly not better than the movie, which was just, you know... I said earlier, the movie isn't that bad, it's just... And if you want to pick up this game, go ahead. It's not that expensive online. It's pretty cheap. I mean, I got my Japanese copy brand new for a pretty decent price. And the European version of the game is even cheaper. It's like half the price of like my brand new copy. So, you know, you can pick it up. And I imagine the PS2 and Xbox versions of the game are even cheaper. So you can go ahead and buy them. And yeah, pretty cheap. And for the money it costs, it's worth it. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please comment, rate, subscribe. And I know this review wasn't that amazing, but you know, what did you expect me to say about this game? Anyway, this is Big Bang Bot signing out, and Dias los Motos. What? It's Mikey Airybirds who originally said that, made me say it. I know it's completely incorrect, even though I'm not an expert Spanish. I know it's wrong, but it's Mikey Airybirds' fault, and I actually like that sentence, so can you please just shut? Oh, well, I'm planning on making my next review about monkeys and balls, or a game about monkeys and balls. That's deodorant, Big Bang Bot! Oh, shut up, you stupid...